Hello everyone, this is Anna here. I've yesterday posted a video, or a meme rather, about which is are snakes mostly tail or mostly neck? So I'm going to kind of go over some basic snake anatomy with everyone today, and helping me out is my squirrely girl here. This is Nebula. Everyone say hello, Nebula. She is a 2 to 3 year old ball python. She was an unwanted pet, and I rescued her, and she was malnourished, so I've been kind of nursing her back to health, and she's doing great, but that's why I don't know her exact age. But we're going to use her kind of as an example for snake anatomy today, and then I will be able to definitively prove to everyone if snakes are... Oh, where are you going? Our snakes are mostly tail or mostly neck, because there is a right and wrong answer. She's a little skittish. Like I said, she was a rescue, so I'm still kind of hand training her and getting her used to everything. But she'll still prove a good example today. So obviously here, where she's pulling it back, you can see her head. That is definitively the head. Then the neck usually runs the length of the esophagus of most animals, and is no different for snakes. So we have the neck, and the esophagus will run from there all the way down to about here. So that's all neck. From here to about here, this is going to be the stomach. And usually when you see lumps in snakes who have just eaten, that is where that is at, so that is the stomach right in there. Also, just some other random tidbits. The lungs, the left lung will run from about here down to here, and then the right lung will run... Hey, where are you going? Where are you going? The right lung will run from here to about here. So their lungs are very, very lopsided, and in some species of snake, the right lung is actually vestigial, which means it doesn't even work. So some species like that is like that. But anyway, so the stomach, like I said, go from here to here. The intestines zigzag, 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 all the way down, like they do in most beings, and snakes are no different. They're just more zigzaggy with their elongated bodies. Then their intestines actually end at what is called the vent, which is right here. It's hard to kind of see, but see where the scale pattern goes differently, and she kind of has a larger scale? That is called the vent. That's where to be crude, the poop comes out. Also, where the eggs are laid, for males, they push out their penis through that hole. That's why it's called the vent. And sometimes it's referred to as a cloaca, though, it's still technically correct, which is the best kind, but I still prefer the term vent for snakes. And again, little side note, it's really hard to see, but if my camera would focus, right down here, sort of these darker marks here, they're actually what are called anal claws, which I know sounds terrifying, but that is their actual proper term. It's called anal claws or anal hooks. On females, they are much smaller. Much, much smaller. And males, they're actually a lot bigger and more prominent. Pythons and boas still have these, and these are actually a remnant of vestigial legs. And pythons and boas are the only ones who still have them, and males actually use them to kind of clasp onto a female, which is a good indicator of how to sex your snakes. Good, not foolproof. Now, the vent here, down to the end, is the tail. So, and you can see on certain pythons, it is actually pretty short. Nebula is also short. Females tend to have shorter tails than males, which is another way to kind of sex them, though, it's not foolproof. But as you can see, at least with Nebula here, so her neck, again, is this long, and then her tail, I know she wants to explore around. This is the problem with living visual aids. But her tail is pretty small. Now, the area between the neck and the tail, that is referred to as the trunk, like a trunk of a tree. And that is usually the thickest part of the body. So, the answer to are snakes mostly neck or mostly tail? The answer is actually neither. They are mostly trunk. The length of the tail will depend not only on sex, but also species. Perhaps sometime in the future, depending on how many people are interested in it, I will actually give a little breakdown of a columbrid snake, which is different. I happen to have a little corn snake who's a columbrid, and we can do some comparative anatomy between her Nebula here and my snake Zuko. So, hopefully, that answers that question. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. And again, everyone, say hello and goodbye to Nebula. She's been quite the wily sport, but she was very accommodating and very nice today. So hopefully that answers your questions, but if you have any more about snakes or anything science, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. Thank you.